I noticed that when these kids played soccer, not a single one of them wore shoes. So I opened a soccer shoe store there, but after 2 months, I had sold only one pair. The next day, I gathered all the kids who loved soccer and lent them shoes for free. When they played their first match wearing soccer shoes, they immediately fell in love with them. But they had no money to buy the shoes. So I told them they only needed $1 a day, and they could pay it off in 2 months. To earn that $1 each day, they tried every possible way to make money. Some sold goods on the street. Some ran errands for others. Some even begged at the church. And I simply collected the money happily. Even so, the kids still could not afford to pay. They took off the shoes and planned to return them. I could see their embarrassment. So I extended their payment time again, but they still came back to return the shoes. Because the only soccer field they had been taken over by others, I angrily went to confront them and proposed organizing a soccer match. If we won, the field would be returned to the kids. If we lost, the kids would never go near the field again. So I formed a youth soccer team and became their coach. I gave them equipment for free and required them to train for several hours every day. The training was exhausting and painful, but not a single child gave up. Because every one of them truly loved soccer. On the day of the match, almost the entire town showed up. But I quickly realized the opponents were much bigger, and all of them were over 15 years old. On our side, the oldest child was only 12. I immediately protested, but they said we only agreed to a match and never mentioned any age limits. I had no way to argue, so I had to push forward and face this uneven contest. When the match began, the opponents used their height advantage and scored quickly. We stayed behind the entire time, but the kids never gave up. With help from a teammate, the ball was passed precisely to the forward. He did not hesitate and scored a goal, winning the match for the team. Seeing the kids' talent, I decided to take them to international competitions. To raise money, I asked friends for help and applied for support from the sports department. At the same time, I told the kids about the plan to compete overseas. They were overjoyed. Unfortunately, the sports department rejected my application. I returned to the team feeling defeated, only to see 2 kids fighting again. Exhausted and frustrated, I impulsively announced that the team was disbanded. I closed the sporting goods store and decided to return home. But just as I was about to leave, I saw the kids already standing outside, their faces full of reluctance to see me go. They hoped I would stay and continue leading them to chase their soccer dream. Seeing the tears in their eyes, I could not hold back my own tears. In the end, I decided to stay and help the kids achieve their soccer dreams.